Sacramento, California. Tucked away from the spotlight, there's a new player in the cannabis scene. But don't let the name fool you. Friendo may be new to the market, but the team behind it, they've been collectively cultivating quality herb for decades. This isn't some flash-in-the-pan operation. Cultivated California, who are the masterminds behind Friendo, have spent decades perfecting their craft. Indoor growers who geek out over the exact science of creating that perfect grow condition, with each cultivar meticulously crafted to hit those higher THC levels, packed with flavor, bursting with terpenes. It's no wonder they've been the go-to white label producer for some of the biggest names in the game. But when it came time to build their own brand, they knew it had to be more than just another pretty jar on the shelf. Friendo is not just a label. It's a reflection of the culture that they've nurtured. An extension of the laid-back, collaborative spirit that runs through this team. The vibe, easygoing, but serious when it comes to the craft. And after all the hard work is done, Friendo reminds us of what it's really about. Sharing a bit of flower with the people you love. Or maybe just lighting up while you get lost in whatever brings you joy. The Grow World community is home to over 23 countries of the biggest commercial cannabis growers in the game. Growers join our community to trial new solutions in their facilities, such as lighting, nutrients, media, and more. So if you own, operate, or work at a commercial cultivation facility anywhere in the world, join the movement for free at growworld.com. We have hundreds of products and services you can trial today. Take your grow to new heights and try before you buy. Here's a quick list of some of our most popular trial campaigns that made this tour possible. When commercial cannabis growers implement Faven under canopy lighting into their facility, they typically see a financial ROI within one harvest. That is very impressive. They also experience a huge reduction on labor inputs. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up for a free trial of Faven under canopy lighting today, only on growworld.com. And some of the top specs of these lights include 5-year warranty, IP66 rating, dimmable, and an internal driver. So some pretty cool features there. And again, as one of the OGs on the space who literally R&D tested these lights for years before bringing them to the market, they are a top-tier partner for you to choose from. So, huge shout out to Faven for being the title sponsor of our NorCal tour. Sample them today. Hygrozyme is the Coca-Cola of cannabis. It's an entire brand and line, not just a single product. The Hygrozyme product lines cover crop protection, enhancement, and nutrients. At Tips Deli and Shake in Sacramento, it's all about the simple things done right. And you know what I mean. Sandwiches stacked high, burgers sizzling on the grill cooked to perfection, and salads that actually make you want to eat a salad. Throw in a cold beer or a glass of wine, maybe smoke a joint, and you've got the kind of place that feels like a home away from home. It's family owned, which we always love, with an easygoing atmosphere. It's the kind of spot that's quietly become a local favorite to all the growers in the area. No frills, just damn good food.
Damn! Dude, load them up here.
I'm here with Steve, Jason, and Brie from Friendo Cannabis. And this is their local spot, where they come to unwind, grab a bite, and talk shop. So we're at Tip's Deli, and this is like a traditional lunch spot, and it's right around the corner from the Grow.
You know, this is the place to go for lunch.
Yeah, in Sacramento, they designated green zones for where you're able to cultivate cannabis. So at one time, 20, 30 of us kind of moved all to this area, opened up, and there's about 3 places to eat. And 2 of them are taco trucks. So, and the other one is Tip's Deli.
So you guys have known each other since high school.
Yes, we have.
30 years.
There was definitely a lot of going down the river and, you know, skimboarding and smoking weed or whatever we used to do as young men in this town. Yeah, and then Jason came to me one day and we both had fascination for cannabis, and we had a little 600 water, I believe.
600 water?
And we did like an aeroponic, like really wild type of thing that you wouldn't try to do these days. I did this like marine plywood, which had waterproofed it. It was freaking, it was awesome. We had these little holes cut.
Yeah, we drilled out holes for 1-inch PVC couplings, stuck little rockwool plugs in there, and flooded them. And it turned out to these sweet little like half-ounce nugs. They were awesome.
Medical cannabis shortly after that. 1996 in California. In Sacramento, one of the first cities in California to allow for licensed dispensaries here in Sacramento, which was really cool. My spouse Rachel was instrumental. She comes from like a finance background. She basically created a totally transparent set of books and everything, and we went and submitted our application to the city, and we were the first unanimously approved dispensary in the capital city of Sacramento. Federal government came in and shook things down about like 2 months later, so the city wouldn't give us an actual permit, but it was a pretty big step.
What was that like?
Sacramento. Nothing really happened. It was all, they called it back then when a stamp was 25 cents, they called it like the 25-cent threat. They would send you a letter. It literally cost you 25 cents. That was from the Attorney General, and this is what we're gonna come do, and it's federally legal, blah, blah, blah. Not a lot of action ever came from it.
Not many people got in trouble. They did scare a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right, they sent a lot of those letters. A lot of people got those letters.
Brie, what's your role? How'd you get involved in this family of Friendo?
So, I worked for Steve's wife. I was around in the office when Steve and Rachel were talking about making a brand. They pitched us a few different ideas, and we all unanimously said Friendo, and I turned to Rachel and I was like...
2-week notice.
Yeah, well, I was like, can I do this too? I kind of weaseled my way in is really how I got
That's involved. How you do it.
Brie keeps Friendo on track when it comes to like the branding and the image and the vibe. Anytime I come up with like an idea that's a little bit...
Well, what I always say is this a white label brand or is this Friendo?
That's all she has to say. Old Sacramento Waterfront, where the past lingers in the air like a smoke from a long, extinguished cigar. It's here, among the wooden boardwalks and Gold Rush era facades, that you'll find the Last Stop Saloon. Step inside, and it's like you've wandered straight into a Western. Dark wood, brass fixtures, the soft glow of old-fashioned lanterns. It's got that gritty charm that makes you want to pull up a stool, order a drink, and stay a while. But this isn't just some stiff joint. No, this place has a life. Pinball machines clattering in the corner, and a crowd that knows how to kick back. And if you're feeling in the mood for something memorable, let me introduce you to Gummy Worms, a hazy pale ale from New Glory Craft Brewery, which is just as quirky as the name. It's juicy, refreshing, and just weird enough to keep you coming back for another pint. Rumor has it that the saloon was once briefly owned by none other than Doc Holliday, the infamous gambler and gunfighter. They say he won this place in a poker game, which, if true, makes this joint a piece of living history, where legends might have tossed back whiskey just like you're tossing back that craft beer today. The past and present collide here, and for a moment, you're part of the story. Right in Old Sacramento, the California State Railroad Museum is a journey back to when the railroads connected a young, ambitious America. with 21 restored locomotives dating back all the way to 1862. This place showcases the iron giants that completely transformed the West and bound a country together. Here, trains were the lifeblood of a growing nation. The Sierra scene takes you to Donner Pass in 1867, capturing the brutal work it took to lay those tracks through the Sierra Nevada. Standing before the Governor Stanford locomotive, you can almost feel the blood, sweat, and tears of those workers who shaped this land and the spirit of the country. This museum gives you more than facts. It offers a raw insight into the railroad's role in early American life, how they changed not only where people could go, but who America would become. Laid back, unassuming, and genuinely a chill human being, Steve Squaglia put his 20 years of cannabis industry experience to use as the co-founder of Cultivated California and Friendo Flower.
This is a facility that we built about 6 years ago, and it's about 40,000 square feet.
Wow. His daily tasks involve designing, building, and generating operations for cultivation facilities and harvesting relationships with industry specialists.
We draw a line, right? So we have our cultivation, and then right when it crosses those doors, we get into post-production.
Okay.
Then a whole nother team comes in and handles it. You know, we have run with about 12 people.
Whoa.
I know that seems tight, but we do have a third party we like to bring in to help
That's right.
with that. What allows us to really do is really focus in on plant maintenance and everything else.
He has utilized his background as a general contractor to work with SMUD, a local utility company, on designing new facilities with LED lighting, which is embarking on the forefront of a revolutionary idea that will undoubtedly change the future of cannabis cultivation forever.
This room is outfitted with under canopy from Faven.
As a grower in Sacramento, using technology from growers in Sacramento, I love to see it.
Yeah. Less maintenance sometimes is more in the end, you know?
That's true.
But like, I know there's a lot of different techniques to doing it, and we constantly change our techniques, you know? Like, if we're not evolving, what are we doing, you know? Right now, and where we're at in cultivation, now I feel like we're fine-tuning a little bit more of an instrument rather than these larger swings that we used to deal with. One of the things I'd like to do is like really bring back some of the classic genetics, you know? We're from an area where we had so much influence on breeding. The Cookies, Connected, all these guys all were around here. A lot of like the most well-known cultivators
right here.
Such a mecca of really great growers, and it's just it's a pleasure to be working with them all.
You heard it here first. Best weed in the world, Sacktown, City of Trees. Maximizing the grow room. Let's talk about that for a moment. It's super important, especially with limited space, and if you're doing it right and your plants are growing nice and healthy, you don't necessarily have all the most room in the world, right? So that is why you should think about Quest. They have integrated hang points which allow for easier installation and easy access panels to efficiently service and maintain their machines while they're still hung up from the ceiling. So no uninstall necessary. Check them out. Arroyo's advanced automation system ensures precise substrate irrigation, which is essential for developing healthy roots, the foundation for top shelf cannabis. This automation simplifies growers' workflows, granting unprecedented control over the cultivation environment to maximize yield and quality.
What I do is I go through and hand select individual strains, and then I hand select the bags. Eventually there'll be a day where we probably can't do that, but as we're growing, that's a big deal. I want to make sure we have super fresh product, smaller batches, quicker turnover in the dispensaries, so you know the end user's not getting something that's been sitting around for 3 months. This is a new genetic that we got from Don Murphos library. It's got a really wild terps.
Look at that.
Yeah, really
Oh, wow.
Has a unique, almost like a little bit of the old cherry cake nose to it.
Just want to walk into a room with this everywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah, we normally have, 10 to 20 different varieties on deck. We've done it long enough to where we know what good ones kind of grow with us really well.
Right.
What work with the market.
What's your number one selling cultivar?
Number one selling is I think it's the glitter bomb. Yeah.
The glitter bomb.
Yeah. You get this tested for terps, and it's on a whole nother spectrum of where most of the testing comes from. Terps are going to be like the next THC percentage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People will walk into the dispensary and ask for terps.
Yeah.
We just have to educate them. Actually, Gene and I were in a panel at Connect, and we talked about re-educating the buyer, right? Going into a dispensary and asking for a certain terpene because they know it has an effect on their body.
Yeah.
Bro, smell that.
Yeah.
Time for
It's
the
just a
camera
different one.
operators smell. Smell that, bro. This is the best weed in the world right here. In the middle of downtown Sacramento, standing stoic at 11th and K, is the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament. Built back in 1887, it's a testament to Sacramento's journey from the gold rush grit to modern day capital. And with its stained glass and towering spires, it's one of the last echoes of California's boomtown era in a city that still wears its past on every corner. Recently restored, the cathedral blends old world faith with the energy of a city constantly reinventing itself. Sacramentans, yeah, that's what you call someone from Sacramento, believe it or not, have celebrated life's milestones here for generations. A reminder of the grit and grace that makes this city more than just a stop on the map. In every commercial cannabis facility that we have toured, the head grower stands out as the captain of the ship. You need a strong leader, someone who is open to learning new tricks and battle testing new solutions to help them elevate their craft further.
We use a pretty much even blend of like traditional agriculture with, modern day crop theory.
Okay.
So we take parts of both, blended them together in a way that works for us at the scale.
For Friendo, that captain is Jason Wade, a longtime high school friend of Steve and the head grower for Friendo.
I started growing 1 year before I started growing with Steve. So Steve and I have been growing together for 29 years.
Jason brings decades of cultivation experience to the facility, as well as a true MacGyver spirit, finding innovative solutions to all the constant obstacles thrown at him every day. In this green zone, there are more grows here pumping out top shelf A-bud than the rest of the world. There's some really talented growers out there, but you guys have a consistency right in this pocket.
Like I said, there's just so many growers here. There
Yeah.
are so many people that have been growing for a very, very long time that they've all now have the opportunity to do it on this scale, and it just works.
Talk to me about genetics. I know you guys have about 60 cultivars. I think Steve was telling me.
Definitely a fluctuation in genetics, but we're always holding probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 plus or minus 10.
Okay. I still think this is the most beautiful flower in the world.
I believe it is up there. I definitely believe it is up there.
Leading the branding and marketing charge for Friendo is Brie.
Pretty much all the arts and crafts part of
Yeah.
Friendo.
Brie joins the organization from actually one of Steve's other businesses, which is super cool to see.
Steve was really, when we decided to do this brand, he really wanted to really encompass the crew that we have here. And a lot of the cannabis industries and brands on the market were like really serious, really
Yeah.
like dark colors. Steve was like, I don't know, it's not really like our vibe as a crew.
With a relaxed, hippie theme in mind, Brie has helped Friendo really bring that brand to life, help it stand out on the store shelves, and really put a face to the name.
Our mascot, Arlo, he kind of encompasses this world of fun.
And it's incredible, Brie, how much a brand can help you sell something.
Totally.
You know, you walk into the dispensary and as you put it, you might be turned off by just the way something looks. Not even the flower,
Yeah.
but just like the name of the company or the color patterns. It's incredible. And again, it's like, you know, alcohol and weed. This is a brand-driven market.
Yes, definitely.
Friendo crew, they all kill it here. They do a great job. We don't have CFOs, CEOs. I'm the janitor basically. We run hard and have fun doing it.
I almost see that as servant leadership, right? Like you literally are the janitor, sweeping the floor, mopping everything so the rest of your crew can shine. And it shows, right? As we walk around this facility and we're talking today, your crew's dialed in. They don't need to run everything through you. And that shines a huge light on you as an incredible leader. So well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Community, friendship, and a bit of the unexpected. That's the spirit of Friendo Cannabis, a place where the people and the plants share the same roots. It's a family vibe. Tonight, local Sacramento entrepreneur Kevin Vu, a good friend to us and Friendo, is giving us a front row seat to that ethos. You can use a fork, but just beware of the comment section. At his warehouse nearby, he set up a sushi dinner, a ritual normally reserved for his team, but tonight, open to us and a few key friends from the local cannabis community like Sergio Picasso and Matt Caputo. What is this right here?
Freshwater shrimp.
Thank you.
It's like a big giant prawn.
Thank you, bro. Got some fresh wasabi for that beef. That's perfect. That was perfect. The fish, flown overnight, fresh from the rivers of Japan, prepared right in front of us, almost too perfect to eat. There's Wagyu on the table, tender and marbled, and even the notorious durian.
That's
the what?
The ripe durian.
What is that? A first time trying this delicacy for myself. They say it's an acquired taste, and maybe it is. Creamy, yes. Delicious, surprisingly so. But the smell? Let's just say that's part of the experience.
Commercial growing at scale is hard.
It's tough, man.
My first commercial grow nearly bankrupted me.
Wow. And that was here in California?
That was here in California. That was in Calaveras County. The first county that approved CUPs, and the first county to take it away.
Wasn't that within a year or two?
6 months. They had to change a regime at the supervisors
Okay.
and went from pro-cannabis to anti-cannabis.
Like overnight.
Overnight.
Driving out there, they had the signs on the thing. It was vote for it, and then like
Vote for against
later,
it?
it was
Vote against it.
Vote against it.
Wow.
It was fast too.
Yeah, literally overnight, everybody hated us.
Right.
And we had to break this stigma.
There is such a strong connection between this delicious food and growing weed. Why is that?
It's passion. It's something that you love to do.
Right.
But food is something that connects all people because it's something we all have to do. We have to eat. And it's something we all appreciate. I'm ethnically Chinese, and how we greet each other is, have you eaten today? Like, have you eaten rice today? Very specific.
So, I mean, there's a lot of synergies. It comes back to passion. I grew up in a Mexican household, and that's how we showed our love. We fed each other, we cooked together. And that's a big part around, like, the same thing when we're going through a pheno hunt or
Right.
something that when we're celebrating harvest, right? We just got to go squeeze some nugs out of the first run at Powerhouse, and that was a
Nice.
special moment, like really understanding and appreciating that.
Yeah, and there's just something tribal about breaking bread or rice, coming together for a delicious meal, and it doesn't have to be limited to your family.
Right.
We're not just sharing food or breaking bread. We are sharing a culture, a way of life that values camaraderie as much as cultivation. Tonight is a taste of what this industry can become when it's done with community in mind. Gunther's ice cream. Sacramento's sweet spot since the 1940s. And judging by the nonstop lines out the door, it's clear this place is a city favorite.
And I think I'm gonna go for the classic Gunther's Real Fruit Freeze, the 50-50, because it is hot. It is over 100 degrees out here.
Their secret? An old school recipe with a higher butterfat content, making their ice cream rich and creamy and unlike anything you'll find from the big commercial brands. With over 40 flavors, sandwiches, and novelty treats, there's plenty to choose from. But if you want to try something really special, go for the 50-50 Fruit Freeze. Half ice cream and half fruit freeze.
You got like a little bit of gelato up top, you got a little bit of ice cream in the middle, mango sorbet at the bottom.
And my personal favorite, vanilla and strawberry. It's the perfect blend of creamy and refreshing, the kind of treat that keeps you lingering in the California sunshine just a little bit longer.
Remember when you were a little kid in the summertime, just sitting on the curb, maybe you walk up to like a little ice cream truck.
Most of it's on your hand instead of here.
Or on your shirt
it all
like
melts
me.
all down on your
I
hand.
spilled everywhere like I'm a little kid. Nothing's changed, man. Support your local ice cream man.
With nearly 80 years of perfecting the craft, hand-controlled and handmade, it's no wonder people keep coming back. Our visit to Friendo Cannabis was a glimpse into how a community fuels this industry. Working alongside Jason, Brie, and Steve felt like joining a family. Everyone is driven and genuinely invested in each other's success. Touring the facility, we could really see that shared commitment to quality flower and winning as a team. In the end, Friendo Cannabis is about sharing a bit of flower with the people and moments you love. A reminder of why we are all here in the first place. Until next time, my friends, keep exploring, keep discovering, and stay curious.